Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Always glad to be here. Always glad to have you here. Man, we're going to rock and roll today. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. And Bo Don says, why are chip stocks in the dump? It's a good question. I got to check that out and see why they are. You would think that with the chips bill going through, that chip stocks, I'm still a big fan of chip stocks, but I'm not sure why they're going in the dumps. Bo, let me go check that out. All right, let me go check that out. I may make that into a story or a short. Actually, I put up 2 shorts today. How many of you saw the shorts that went up? Type a 1 in the room, all right, because I think that that's important. Our shorts are definitely designed to show you some of the things that are happening, and they're short or for a purpose. They're about a 1-minute short, just to talk about what's going on in the market. Chuck says the whole market is down. If you're a VectorVest subscriber, you wouldn't have been blindsided by this. You guys already should have known what was going on, and we walked you through it as it was going on, Chuck. So I'm telling you, yeah, the market's down, but nobody in here from a VectorVest perspective, if you're a VectorVest subscriber, should have thought any other way. We talked about the market showing signs of a top. We have an indicator that shows us when the market is having a top. We showed the market moving over. We showed a level of support on the VectorVest composite. And what did it do Friday? It fell right through it. Chuck says, yes, I know. I say from why chips are down. Well, that could be part of the reason. I don't know if that's the full reason of why chips are down, but normally the market's direction affects about 80% of the stocks in the market. So chips could be affected, especially if they were going up nicely, And Joey put the 2 shorts out there for you guys as well. One was on AMC. It was an AMC short because they're coming out with a new ticker symbol, APE. I think that it's just a means of growing their capital, getting some capital. And then I did one on crypto, Dogecoin. Somebody thinks that Dogecoin is going to go up 500%. I don't know if that's a pump or dump, but I did talk about that as well as for both of those as far as shorts, because that's what's going on right now. So I wanted to let you know that. So looks like you guys can hear me. Looks like I got about 200 people in here, thereabouts. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe right now. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted to when new videos or live streams like this come out. You don't want to forget that. If you like the content, folks, hit the like button. Hit the like button. What am I going to do today? All right, so I'm close to 200 people. But if I get 200 likes today, I will look at 10 of your stocks. If I get 200 likes today, I will look at 10 of your stocks. If not, we won't, and that's fine. But we got 200 people in here now. We get 200 likes. Now, if we had more people, I'd put it, something a little deeper. If we get 100 likes, though, I will give away a VectorVest mug today. If we get 100 likes, I will give away a VectorVest mug today. But if we get 200 likes, I will look at 10 of your stocks today. Normally, we said we're going to do that once a month, but I'm going to set goals that if we can get certain amount of likes on certain days, I will look at your stocks. I will look at 10 of them. So let's go talk about that when we get there. So what's going on in the market? You can see, just like Chuck said, all of the major indices were down. If you're a VectorVest subscriber, again, you should not have been blindsided. The market was down nicely on Friday. We broke through a major level of support on our VectorVest composite. We're getting more follow through today. So tell you what I think is going to go on in the market. All right. I think we're ready for a pullback because the market went up on no good news. The only positive news, there was a couple of things that were positive. The jobs numbers were good overall while the market was going up, and inflation fell down a little bit. But I think that people are losing sight, even though inflation fell down a little bit, even though prices are going down at the gas pumps. We are getting ready to go into a midterm cycle. I think that we're going to go up prior to the midterm elections. After that, though, I think the rug gets pulled out from under. After the Congress, after Congress is set, all of the news that's there that's bad is going to hit us, and we are going to be into a full-blown recession where jobs are going to start falling. People are going to start laying off because of the rising interest rates are going to affect companies' ability to hit or meet their earnings expectations, or they're going to still keep guiding down. Remember, folks, this is just Glenn talking right now. That's the way to not, that's the way I'm looking at it. This is just Glenn talking. And I think that there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to happen. The market's been going up. Earnings are going to be what affects the market. Lou says 5% of 50 minutes is a sell trigger for day trades. I'm not talking about day trades yet. I'm not Lou. I'm not talking about day trades yet. What's going on, Awesome Glenn? I like that gold cross. I'm going to put that up. What's going on, Awesome Glenn? You see that, Joey? Awesome Glenn. You see that, Joey?
The typo.
It's not a typo. It's not. If anybody else thinks I'm awesome, type Awesome Glenn in there so Joey will see that it's not a typo. There you go. Fernando says, you called it last December, Glenn. Listen, it's not about what I think. It's what the market is showing us and making heads or tails of what's going on in the market. My job is to help you guys make better decisions. It's not about, I think this stock is rocking and rolling or this stock sucks or all of that stuff. I want you guys to make money. Now, Ron says the sky is falling. You know something? I'm not going to call it the sky is falling. I think that this is just part of a normal cycle of investing. That's what I think. So I don't think the sky is falling, but I will say, and let's do this. I'm going to go into the, that was interesting. What just happened there? Wow, that went over there. Here, I'm moving that someplace else. I'll move that over here in case you need it. Tell you what I think. I'm going to go to the market timing graph. I'm going to pull up one market timing graph. All right. This is the market. And as the market was going up, put this on a 3-month graph, there was really no good news here. I think that this was a lot of market sentiment going on. We had a level of resistance. We broke through it, held it. And this is what I'm talking about when I say to you guys out there that say, if you are a VectorVest subscriber, you should not have been blindsided by what's going on. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple of things. And this is for all of you guys who are not subscribers to the software. We've got an indicator that lets us know when the market is looking for a top. See this right here on 8/16/2022? Our MTI indicator was at 1.68. Told us the market was looking for a top. What happened the next day? We had a gap down, but we stopped right at this beautiful level of support. See that? Which was a beautiful level of support here, a beautiful level of resistance here. I was using that going into Friday's close. We closed below it. Not only that, the 3 and the 8 exponential moving average went, the 3 went below the 8 on Friday. We've got follow through the day. So do I say that the sky is falling? No. I say that this is just a natural, normal means of what's going on in the market. This was a nice little uptrend. A lot of people made money in the market during here, and the market's just pulling back. That's what happened. So no, the sky's not falling, but I will tell you this. If during this time you haven't taken profits yet, man, and I was telling you guys during this time, don't be afraid to take half off the table. Don't be afraid to tighten your stops. And if you followed that guidance, this right here wouldn't be hurting you as much. Does that make sense to everybody out there? Type of 1 if that makes sense. Type of 2 if you think I'm just bloviating. All right? Type of 1 if that makes sense. Type of 2 if you think I'm bloviating. Because a lot of people come back and say, yeah, you guys call all that stuff after it happens. Folks, we were warning you right through here, folks. As a subscriber to the software, we were warning you right here. So for everybody who's not a subscriber to the channel, 1, hit that subscribe button. 2, if you're not a subscriber to the VectorVest system, Joey, put that link up there. 99 cents gets you access to this software, this system, for 30 days. 99 cents, folks. So if you just, if you think I'm just blah, 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 use the system. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. All right? Not only that, let's do one other thing. And yeah, I know I'm going a little off of what I normally do here, but I got to get you guys to understand that we're not calling this stuff after the fact. If we go to our views tab, every night we go through and we give you guidance every single night. What was the day? Let's go back to the graphs. What was the day when we got the top 8/16/2022? Let's go to our nightly newsletter on that date, 8/16/2022. 2022. Let's go see what the guidance said. Now, yeah, now this is after the fact, but if you were a subscriber, you were getting this live. What was the guidance? Prudent investors may buy stocks long when the market is rising. Aggressive investors and traders should play the market as it develops with a bias to the upside. All right. Coming back to here on 8/16, primary wave was still up. A lot of green in the color guard. Let's go up one more day to the 17th. What did we say? Let's go to the 17th. Boom. Let's go back down. Prudent investors may buy stocks long only when the market was rising. The market wasn't really rising right then. All right. And let's go one more day to the 18th. Now, keep in mind, we were telling you during that time, too, that the MTI was showing you signs that we were sitting at a market top. Prudent investors may buy stocks long only if the market is rising. All right, so we were putting the guidance out there, and the bullishness was still coming in, and then we got the primary wave down. All right, but when you look at that indicator, the MTI, ever since 8/11, 8/12, we were telling you guys to be careful. We were telling you guys to be careful. You scared the markets with the MTI, Glenn. I didn't scare them. Listen, the market don't listen to me. The information that you're getting from the VectorVest system is what's going on. That's what we do. All right, Glenn, do you think the S&P 500 goes down to 36? You know, I'm not a big fan of trying to guess where it's going to go. And as a matter of fact, let's go to this graph. I'm not a big fan on trying to guess where it's going to go. I will put on the S&P SPY. Let's go put it on a 6-month graph. I will show you where the nearest level of support is. How about this? I've got a trend line. I'm going to extend that out. Look at that trend line. Even though it's pulling back, look at that trend line that I drew here. I'm still above that trend line. And I don't have a price on there. Your question is, do we go back down to 3,600? 3,600. Wow. I got a major level of support sitting at that, just about that 3,600 level. Do I think it goes down that far? I don't know. But I know if I'm looking to see if the market still has more downside, one step has happened. 2 steps have happened, actually. On the S&P 500, the 3 has gone below the 8. It's now gone below this level, this most recent level of support. I've got a trend line. If it goes below that, folks, you got more downside. All the way down to 3,600, I don't know. I do have a level of 391 and a level of 371 as we go further down before we get to that level of 361. Does that answer your question, Bill? Does that answer your question? All right, so that's the best way that I can answer your question from this time. All right, now Dan says gold and platinum. I'm not a big fan of gold yet. Still not a big fan of gold yet. If you remind me throughout this presentation for us to go take a look at gold, I will. I'm not a fan of gold yet. Do I think it does have some upside at some point in time? But I'm not ready to go with gold yet. I'm not ready to go with gold yet. All right. So with all of that, we looked at what's going on in the market. I took a little extra side steps to show you how we were getting our subscribers prepared prior to now. And when I look at this, I ain't just whistling Dixie. We were preparing our subscribers before this happened. All right. Let's go out to the internet. And let's go see what news is moving the market. All right, we'll do that. What news is moving the market? U.S. yield approaches 3% as Jackson Hole may cement hawkish bets. So even with inflation coming down, we're still at 40-year highs. Even with inflation coming down, the Fed is still going to be hawkish. Why? Because he said that he's going to do everything that he can to go after inflation, and that's going to keep on raising interest rates. Why is that important? Because in order for us to be able to effectively go after inflation, the interest rate and the inflation rate got to meet at some point in time. I'm thinking that we could probably get to about 4 to 6% on interest rates. By that time, inflation should fall to meet right about in that same time period. And then he's got some wiggle room to start cutting interest rates to spur up the economy at the right time. This is not the right time, right? This is not the right time. What else is going on? What else is going on for the rest of the week? Big news. New home sales come out on Tuesday. Crude oil stock comes out on Tuesday. New homes. Where's the On Wednesday, we've got durable good. There it is, pending homes. So we've got new homes Tuesday, pending home on Wednesdays. And I think that with the rising mortgage rates, new homes are probably going to fall. It's projected to go down from the last one of 590K. It's projected to be at 575. I think that it's going to go down even lower than that. Pending homes was -8 prior. It's forecasted to -4. I still think that with high mortgage rates, people are not building new homes. Thursday, big number, GDP, gross domestic product. All right, so that's going to be something to keep your eye on. And Friday, we've got PCE, retail inventories, blah, 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 Baker Hughes. So we got some news, but the big number is going to be GDP on Thursday. GDP on Thursday. Unique Brown says, awesome, Glenn. See, I'm loving that I'm seeing new people chat in. I love that. That is an awesome thing. And if you haven't already shared this in your social circles, do that for me real quick. Share this link in your social circles. Let's get more people into the room. All right, folks, I think that the data and the information that we give warrants more people to watch and see what you see. All right, so folks, the only way that happens, word of mouth, from your mouth to their ears, folks. That's how we get more people in here. Folks, I mean, and if you like what you see so far and you haven't, hit that like button. The Fed will do a pirouette. You think so, Stock Time? You think so? I think that they're going to stay the course and keep raising. Now, I'm wondering, do they go back a little bit? But if they're hawkish, they're going to stay with the 3/4 basis points and not go back to 50. I think that's my personal opinion. I think if he's really going to be hawkish, he's going to stay with the 3/4. I still think that at some point in time, he needs a 1 full basis point. But if he does that, I think he crashes the economy. And I think that happens after. I think that happens after the midterm. I think he lets it all out. He releases the spigot and he says, freak this. This is done now. Let me go do what I need to do to go after inflation. And that's why I think the rug gets pulled out from under us after the midterms. How many of you believe that after the midterms that we're in for some bad market? Type a 1 in the room. If you don't think that, type a 2 in the room. I'm just curious to know. How many of you think that after midterms we're in for bad market? Type a 1. If you don't think so and that we're just fine where we are, type a 2. I want to know where your heads are at. I honestly think that the market is being artificially lifted and will be artificially lifted going into midterms. That's what I think. Fed needs to stay away from elections a few months before. I know, and I think that they're going to do whatever that they need to do. They may get a little dovish before midterms, and then the market goes up. And I think after, man, he's just going to say, all right, I got nobody on my back. I'm just going to full blow go. And he's going to then go. I think we get at least 1 full basis point once while he's raising interest rates. You call your stuff Glenn Soothsayer? What is that? I don't understand that. What does that mean? Is that a good thing, Joey? Is that a good thing? Glenn Soothsayer? I don't know. I think it's a good thing.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Chuck says he's going to stay the course. I believe. Soothsayer Glenn. Fauci is bailing in December too. I saw that. And I am bullish on energy. I still am bullish on energy because the cool months are coming up. The supply is not there, folks. Supply has not changed. And I just heard on the news that the president wants the oil companies to produce oil so that they can replace the reserves that he was putting out for the American people. I don't know. That's a developing story. And we'll see. Because you are predicting with midterm thread. Oh, is that where the soothsayer part comes in? I got you. Frank says, I think that we have been bringing demand forward for many years, and at some point the shoe drops. Amen to that, Frank. I've been saying that for months. This market has been propped up for midterms. I think that it is. And Ron says, I agree with your energy view. I honestly think that energy, it's a tough place to be right now. but I still think that it's got a lot more upside. All right, what other stocks are hitting the news? How many of you have heard this news about the new ape unit, type of 1 in the room? I had to put out a short on it, but it's big news. Ape units are a meme-friendly way for the theater chain to raise cash. So this is a new stock for AMC, good, bad, or indifferent. How many of you think that it's good? Type of yes. How many of you think that it's bad? Type of no. And how many of you think it's indifferent? Type of 3. I know, Paul. Paul says CNBC won't shut up about it. You see where the story came from. You see where the story comes from. I know what a soothsayer is. I was like, am I being a soothsayer? A lot of people they don't care. I hear you. Wow. At least I see where our customer is at. Nobody cares. Indifferent. They don't care. They don't care. Listen, there's a lot of people out here on the YouTube, and Joey will tell you, because we look at the numbers. There's a lot of people who are on the AMC, the GME, the crypto. So we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it for the most part, and that's all I want. But a lot of people are like, 3, we really don't care. Oil and gas investor, not investment advice. Do not rely. My positioning may change without further notice. Likes and RTs, retweets are not endorsed. I hear you, Dan. I hear you. All right. So that's one news article. This is big. And I think that this could be big for Oxy. Berkshire, he's got a decree from the judge saying he can buy up to 50% of Occidental Petroleum. But now if he does that, does he like own it? He doesn't have 51%, but then the owner doesn't have 51%. So I'm not understanding how you can get up to 50% without being part owner. I don't get that. Anyway, if Warren Buffett could buy up to 50% of Occidental Petroleum, that's going to be a big push for the stock. That's already in the petroleum space that I think it still has good upside. But Oxy, and I like MPC stock time. I do like MPC. My oil play right now that I'm still in is San Juan Basin. I'm still in SJT. It's a lower dollar play on the spectrum. So I am still in SJT making a lot of money on it. Papa Buffett is friends with the CEO of Oxy. Aha! I didn't know that, D. Westermeyer. I did not know that. All right, but that's interesting that he can buy up to 50% on it. How about this? Apple, the CFO sells shares worth $16.9 million. Do you think that's a good thing for Apple? Type of 1. Do you think that that's a bad thing for Apple? Type of 2. Do you think that it's inconsequential for Apple? Type of 3. All right, I'm going to give you my opinion on it in a second. Let me see what you think. Type of 1 if that's good for Apple. Type of 2 if that's bad for Apple. Type of 3 if it's inconsequential for Apple. So a lot of people are saying 2. All right, I am of the mindset of 3. I am of the mindset of 3. 16.9 million. And you know, why do a lot of insiders sell shares of a company? A lot of times it's because they need the money to do something. Maybe he's buying a new house. Maybe he's buying a new boat. Maybe he's putting his kid through college. Maybe he's planning a trip to go somewhere. It's only 16.9 million out of a company that's got the biggest market cap out there. I think it's inconsequential. Now, there's another piece of the story. The other lot, which contained blah, 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 weighted average, notably, Maestri still has, there it is, this guy still has 110,000 shares of Apple stock following his latest sale. Thus, the reason why I think that this is inconsequential, and he was probably just raising money for something. Or PJ says that is part of his compensation. So, part of his payment, is that what it is too? Because I'm thinking that he could have been raising, but if that's part of his compensation, then that's another way. That's another way of looking at it. And thank you for that, PJA. I appreciate that. Glenn, have you heard about the new 1% tax on stock buybacks, part of the bill that was just signed? I did not know. All right, so maybe that's something I got to look at when it comes down to that as well. There's a lot of things that are in the bill that I think are going to come to light after the fact. Now, Roger, I'm not saying that. I'm not going to put that one up. Peter says, with all the oil Exxon just found in Guyana. Not much to talk about in Guyana. And there was something about, I had a story about Guyana. I forget where it went, but I heard something about Guyana. And Roger, again, I'm not putting that up. Dividends will increase in 2023 and buybacks will decrease. You know something? If you get a tax on buybacks, you know something? I would then, to get around it, I would offer more dividends. Definitely, that's still a way to get people to buy into your stock. Dividends are going to go up. All right, and two more stories. Amazon. And this is a reason when Amazon split, I put out a video about why I like the split. This is another thing. Amazon has got their hands into a lot of different things to grow capital. They joined the race to buy Signify Health to boost revenue. When you have a company that's got their hands in everything or a lot of things and they're profitable at it, that's what makes a company like Amazon a good thing for people to buy. I still like Amazon overall. I like the split. It got a lot more people into it. And going after this venture to go buy into a good company is now hopefully going to have bigger returns for those people who bought in on the split. All right, so that's where Amazon is getting into high quality bacon delivered cold. I don't want it delivered cold. I want it delivered hot. Man, I don't want no cold bacon. Joey, you want that cold bacon? I don't want that cold bacon. I need me some good old hot bacon. Hot crispy. Out the pan.
Hot and crispy.
Hot and crispy. That's what I'm talking about. And last one, 3 uranium stocks to heat up your portfolio. The 3 stocks that are in here are CCJ, UUUU, and UEC. We're going to take a look at those companies. Those are part of my stocks as well. All right, so let's get back into the software. Let's go to my viewers tab. Here's what's going on with the indices today. The VIX is up, which means volatility on the S&P 500 is rising. That means there's a little bit more fear in the market. It is above the value of 20, but look at that move today. 13% move in the VIX. People are getting more fearful in the market. Again, that doesn't mean to panic, sell, or do anything. Your stops should have already been tightened. Many of you should have been following the guidance and taking half off the table on the stocks that you made money on. All right, I did that with Bed Bath & Beyond. When it was moving, I made my good 40, 50% on that move, and I got out. I took half off the table, and then the next day I took the other half. I locked in profits. All right, if you're still in stocks right now as the market's going down and you're up on it, do not give it back to the market. All right, let me talk to you for a second. Do not give that money back to the market. That's your money. Don't give it back. If that made sense, type a 1 in the room. I'm looking at everybody face to face, especially with the market going down and you're up on stocks. Do not give that money back. Take your profits. I'm putting my glasses back on. I had to take a second right there to talk to you eye to eye, because I think that a lot of you are sitting back going, man, you know, it's going to recover. Bull horse pucky. Take that money. The market's moving down. And guess what? If the market moves up tomorrow and you go, man, I could have made more money. You know what that's called? Greed. That's called being greedy. Stop being greedy. Good investors are not greedy. They use common sense. Use common sense, folks. All right? Use common sense. Do not, especially if the market's going down now and you made money, stop waiting. Take that profit. What about Tesla, Glenn? Ever heard? I just did a video on it. D. Westermeyer, Joey, put that up. I just did a video on that on Friday. Oh man, you guys make me sad because you just did a video. How many of you saw the Tesla video this Friday? Type a 1. D. Westermeyer, you're probably going to type a 2 because you didn't see it. But I just did a video on the Tesla split and why I gave you 5 reasons why I liked it. D. Westermeyer, if you didn't see it, I said that in my comment. Oh, you did? All right. Whew. Man, I'm jumping up all over the place. Man, I'm like, me and Joey put a lot of work into that video too. Joey is getting so good on his edits in the videos. Somebody posted in the comments saying, she showed it to her husband. He loved it, and he loved my soundboard. You know, so here's my soundboard. What do you do for long term if you're still holding and keep going down? That's a good question, Ryan. So, this is why playing options is so important to learn. This is a good time to buy puts, buy protective puts on your portfolio, buy a collar on your portfolio. If you don't play with options, contra ETFs are a good way right now to hedge your portfolio, Ryan. That's a great way to hedge your portfolio, looking at contra ETFs. Does that make sense to you, Ryan? I think that that's a good way to help to absorb some of the price decline on the stocks that you are holding long term without getting rid of them. Without getting rid of them, look at some contra ETFs. But Ryan, I'm going to say this. If you do take advantage of leverage contra ETFs, you probably want to sell out of them by the end of the day. And then if the market's going down the next day, rinse and repeat. Because on the day that the market does go up and you're holding those overnight, you're going to get smoked. All right. So if you're going to take contra ETFs on the market on the day that the market is down, take them. You should make some good money on them to help offset the price decline on your long-term stocks. Sell by the end of the day. And then the next day, if the market's going up, then fine. You don't buy your contras. Ryan, does that make sense? All right. Let me know in the chat. Does that make sense? Because that's a good way, if you're not trading options, to help to offset or to hedge your long-term positions. All right. Exactly. You're welcome, Ryan. That's my guidance to you. D. Westermeyer says, have my whole portfolio in 2-time margin at 920 in Tesla, debating on holding for split. I think the split's going to be good, but you think you're going to know initially the stock's price is going to go down. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. So those are what the major indices are doing. Here's what they look like live, all 4 of them. There's our VectorVest composite, big drop down at the market open, flattening out. Spiders, big drop down at the market open, flattening out. Dow, big drop down, all of them. And we're looking at them live now on 5-minute bars as we're doing this presentation live. Market's just moving sideways right now. And again, folks, if you still got winners, don't give it all back. And if you've got some losers, don't let them become big losers. You might want to close them out right now. But this is the market today, intraday. All right, let's go back. Big news. Here's my stocks that we were looking at for the big news. All right, there's Occidental Petroleum. And with the market moving down, all of these are moving down. AMC with that big ape coin, ape thingy, big move to the downside. Whether good, bad, or indifferent right now, we don't track that symbol yet. I'll get with our development department or our department for the database to see if that can get up in there. But as many as I like these stocks from a bullish nature, on a bearish day, they're all falling. Let's do a graph of all of these. All right, let's go put these on a 3-month graph. Occidental Petroleum with Warren Buffett buying up to 50% of the shares that are available out there. Look at the move. All right, the 3 and the 8 out of a channel. Nice move on Friday. Open candle today, even though it's lower than Friday's candle. Open candle, which means the price is higher than the open, and it is on above average volume. I think that this is going to be a good thing, that news that he's got the capability to buy more shares into Occidental Petroleum. I think I would really like to see it get above that 3-month high, though, of 74.04. What else is in here? Apple. The CFO, took some shares. The 3 and the 8 are about to cross. I still own Apple long term. I'm in it. But long term, what would I do? I'd buy a put on Apple to offset the price decline. All right. I'd probably buy a 170 put right now. All right. And as the stock's price goes down, my put goes up in value. That helps to absorb some of this price decline, especially if I'm trying to hold this stock long. Thank you and Patrick both called Crocs. It's holding up. Thank you, D. Westermeyer. Listen, it's not that we called it. We used the system to get you that information. What else is in here? Amazon. I still like Amazon, but man, the 3 and the 8 long term, it's tough right now. And what is that? 133 after the split. It ran up after the split. There's the split here. Stock's price did move up. It's pulling back right now. I wouldn't be afraid to take some of that off the table if you still hold Amazon and wait for a better buying opportunity, or take half off the table and you're still in the other half, or buy a put on Amazon right now to help to offset, if you want to hold it longer term, to offset some of the price decline right there. CCJ, now the story is about uranium moving up. I'm not seeing it in CCJ. So that was a story. I'm using the VectorVest software to help to understand if it's good or not. First thing I'm looking for, let's go see if it can get above that level of 2603. Next one, same thing with UUU. Let's go see if it can get above its most recent swing high. So they're saying that uranium is the way to go right now. I'm going to tell you by way of these three graphs that it's not. I need to see at least the 3 go back above the 8, man. I got to see that happen. All right, so with that all being said, Benjamin said King Dollar up, threatening old high, not good for risk assets. And right now, you know something, if I'm looking for stocks to get into right now, I'm either going to go one of two ways. I'm either going to go with contra ETFs right now, or I'm going to look at value stocks that pay a dividend. Does that make sense to everybody? I'm either going to look at contra ETFs to play the market right now, or I'm going to go look for value stocks that pay a dividend. Do you guys agree with that? Type of 1 if you agree with that. Type of 2 if that's not your means, if you don't agree with that. All right. The market's going down. I think that those are two good ways. Now, the value stocks will still go down, but I'm hoping that the dividend helps to offset some of that price decline. All right. That's what I'm looking at right now. Contras is probably the best way to go. But if you are looking for long-term stocks to still play, I'm not looking at growth stocks. I am definitely looking at value stocks. Glenn, if you think the market will fall after the election, how about looking at stocks to short? Not ready to do that yet. Not yet. And probably I will put that on my list of things to show on a weekly basis when we're in a full-blown fallout in the market. Could I do a bear call? Absolutely, Charles. That's another way to go, because now I'm limiting my gain and my loss by playing that option. Absolutely. What's up, Energy? All right, so those are my stocks that are the big news. And AMC with the ape thing, big drop down, a lot of selling pressure. We'll see what goes on with that. All right, what next on my list? Earnings this week. I put only earnings up until Wednesday, and on Thursday I'll put earnings for Thursday and Friday. Which stock's going to have the higher probability of meeting earnings? NVIDIA, Intuit. I got some stocks up here that do have high relative safeties. Stocks towards the bottom of my list are going to have some problems with earnings. And I think that it's this quarter and next quarter for these stocks where stocks will be affected from an earnings perspective. All right, so that's what I think. All right, fastest sectors. Let's go see what's moving. Let's go to the Unisearch tool. I got the 10-day RT delta. And then, instead of using price, I'm using relative timing. What were their 10-day deltas 10 days ago? And where are they now? And right at the top of the list is pollution control. And so, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start putting some stocks in there. We're going to look at them next week. So look at this. 10 days ago, the RT delta was 21%. Over the last 10 days, it's gone up to 35. Let's go see what stocks are in here. And I'm going to take the stocks. There's only 9 stocks in here. Let's take the highest VST ones. That's going up. I'm going to take that one, add to watch list, and I'm going to put that into fastest sectors. Did I put a new list? Nope. Fastest sector search. Yep. I'm going to put that in there. Let's go see what else is moving up. Let's run this again. Let's go do this real quick. What other industries are moving up over the last 10 days? Wow, look at that. 2%. 10 days ago was the RT Delta. 35%. Energy, coal. Good, googly, muggly. Let's go view the stocks in there. What's moving? Look at that. All of that is moving. I'm going to take 3. 1, 2, 3. Add that to my watch list. Fastest sector stocks. We're going to see what they did next week. Let's go see what they did. What else? Let's do 2 more. What else is moving? That's a big move. 2% now up to 35. How about this one? 7%. That's wow. And here's what's falling. Look at steel. Was up 41%. That was 10 days ago with the Delta. Over the last 10 days falling. Let's go look at petroleum. Let's go see what stocks are in here. All right. went from 7 to 20. Let's go see VST. Let's take 3 from here too. Right click, add to watch list. Let's go put that into here. And let's go see what they did coming into next week. Let's go see how well they did using this methodology. All right. Let's go back to the viewers tab. What else do I have? Industry ETFs. Let's see where the money is going today. This is a watch list that I've made just around the whole gambit of investing. Natural gas is where the money is going today. Even on a down day, some oil, look at that, couple of oils, but natural gas. Looks like it's energy. Where's the money not going? Where are my companies? Why my companies are not there? Sigh. Let's go to layout. Where's companies? How come company doesn't show up? Symbol. Let's go see. Let's go put company. Let's raise that all the way up next to symbol. Move it down. Move it up. Let's click on OK. Let's go see if company comes up. There it is. All right, there it is. So where's the money not going today? It's not going into the trust, the Qs, copper, financials, the S&P 600, real estate. That's where the money's not going today. The money is going into natural gas and some into oil. All right, speculative plays. Let's go. What speculative plays do I have for you today? Here we go. Speculative plays new. And these are all relative values and relative safeties below 1. Let's go take a look at them. All right, and I picked them for some reasons, usually by way of some technical analysis. Let's go put this on a 1-month graph. Look at that. COGT, nice open day, bottom left, top right. Would like to see it take out that level of the high. And I try to put in lower dollar stocks for you here, but look at the 3 and the 8 solid. Even on a down day, up day today, let's go see if it can take out that 3-month high or that 1-month high. NEXT, another petroleum, open candle, a little selling pressure, but the 3 and the 8 looks solid. Here's another one, DCGO hitting a new 1-month high today. A little selling pressure, but the 3 and the 8 looks solid. DHT, I still am a fan of transportation ship. I still own Diana Shipping, DSX. All right. Right at that level of resistance. And look at all of these. The 3 and the 8s look good on all of these. This one is a little bit even more speculative because I'm looking for the 3-8 to cross. Still going bottom left, top right, pulled back. I like this because the 3-8's about to cross. I'd either wait for the 3-8 to cross or wait for it to go above the 1-month high. So those are my speculative picks going into next week. My today's big movers, here's the stocks that are up at least 10% today. They were, but they're not anymore. Look at that. Let's graph these all. Let's look at just today. There's the big moves. SGFI made its money at the market open, but no follow through. Cano made its money right now, pulling back. Be careful with it. Remember, these are all stocks that were up at some point in time, at least 10%. Wow, that got smoked. That got smoked. That's why, from a day trade perspective, you make sure you look at that 3 and the 8. SR, somebody wanted me to watch this in the Jockey Club today. Big jump out of the gate, but horrible for the rest of the day. So that's why it's always important, even though you watch a stock go up bigly and you're like, man, I got to get into it, be careful because a lot of times they will swing back to the bad side. Biotech stocks. A lot of these have catalysts coming up. A lot of these have catalysts coming up. I want you to keep all of these stocks on your watch list going into the week. All right, everybody understand that? Type of 1 if you understand that. This is not telling you to go buy anything. These are stocks that I want you to keep on your watch list. Type of 1 if you heard me. All right, these are stocks that I want you to keep on your watch list because a lot of these have catalyst, phase 3 catalyst stuff going on that I want you to at least keep on your radar, folks. That's all I want you to do. If we graph them all, they may not all look pretty. But there are phase 3 catalysts coming on. IMVT, a little bit of a pullback. All I want you to do is keep your eyes on all of these stocks. ORMP looks poopy, but it's got some phase 3 stuff. VRNA, EQ. I do like that even on the pullback, the 3 and the 8 are holding on this one. Man, I don't, even though it's got phase 3, I'm not feeling the volume. It's not a lot of volume. Be careful with that one. This one could be a positive sign because it's gotten smoked. Could be some phase 3 activity that makes that move up higher. Same thing with EYEM. This is why I told you, I want you to keep these stocks on your radar. There is some catalyst news happening with each and every one of these. Keep them on your radar. My day trading picks today. Oh, did that happen? Why does it look like the same thing? Oh, man, there it is. Day trading picks. What just happened? Sigh. Well, I'm not looking at any stocks today. We didn't get 200 likes. So, but I am. Hey, Joey, roll for someone to win. Oh, if you want a mug, type mug in the room. If you want a mug, I am going to give away a mug today. We did get over 100 likes, so I am going to give away a mug. Type mug in the room if you want a VectorVest. I don't even have one on my desk. Type mug if you want a VectorVest mug. I am going to give away a mug today. We did get over 100 likes, and I appreciate that. We didn't get to 200 likes, so I'm not going to look at any of your stocks today. While that's going on, while you're doing that, let's go take a look at my stuff from last week. So here's my big news from last week. Let's go back 1 week to the 15th. Let's do a quick test. The only one that I would have been bearish on would have been Bed Bath & Beyond. Everything else I would have been bullish on. All right, let's do a quick test of all of these. Wow, Bed Bath & Beyond did come into play, but man, all my other stocks, they didn't do so well except for oil, USO. Well, remember, those are all big news stocks, right? Speculative plays from last week. Let's go take a look at them. Let's do a quick test of all of those. Remember, speculative plays is plays I want you to keep on your radar. Oh, the only stock that did good was INFI. The other ones got killed. Ooh, this is why they're speculative plays. And my weekly biotech stocks from last week, let's go see what they say. Wow, the biotech stocks didn't do half bad. BCAB nicely up 10%, INFI up 6%, BCDA up 8.93%. Blue was down double digits and Fold was down, but not so bad. We outperformed the market overall if you took all 5. But my tech stocks and my speculative plays are just that for you to keep your eyes on. All right. Even if you use the mobile app, you're still okay to get a mug. All right. I'm right at 1247. That's good. Let's go back to the home page. Actually, let's go back to the home page. And, sorry, Joey. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me just stay here. All right. So, Joey, who wins the mug today? And by the way, if you still like the stuff, like what we did today, we went through a lot of stocks. You guys really like the idea of looking at stocks. We went through a lot of stocks. We looked at some news, but we did do a lot of stocks. I gave you a lot of plays to keep your eyes on. Joey's going to let me know who won the mug. Gold Cross said add some coffee. Oh, Elizabeth Upchurch. Elizabeth, are you here, Elizabeth? You want a mug. Elizabeth, everybody congratulate Elizabeth. Everybody congratulate Elizabeth. Come on now. There you go, Elizabeth. Awesome. You just want a mug. You have to send an email, Elizabeth, to connect@vectorvest.com. Connect@vectorvest.com. We will send you a mug. Nostradamus. I'm new soothsayer. No, I'm just kidding. Some of that stuff is my opinion. I don't want you to just bank on that. A lot of that is just my opinion. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And that's it for today. We did get 124 likes. Thank you for that. How many of you actually shared the link with people out there today? All right, and if you didn't, that's okay. This is the only way that we're going to get more people up into the room. This is the only way we're going to get more people. It's got to come from you guys. How many of you actually shared the live link? If you did, that's fine. And if nobody types in, listen, I'm going to keep pushing it because you guys are the ones that people will listen to because they trust you. Wow, Fernando look at that. Fernando is stingy. Fernando says no because this info for me only. Man. Wow. You know something though? I can't hate him because that was an honest answer. That was an honest answer. I love that. Listen, that was an honest answer. All right, so, but I need you guys to share this. We had about 200 people here. I would love to see this room get up to 500, 1,000 people to be able to talk to you guys, man. That's so you guys are the only people that are going to be able to get us up to that point. Joey, we covered a lot today, didn't we?
Yeah, even gave away a mug.
And I gave away a mug. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to still try to get you incentives. But again, I'm going to set the bar high. If you guys want me to look at your stocks, I'm going to set the bar high. I need you guys to support the channel. And I will look at stocks. I will look at stocks. I know it's not a big thing that everybody likes, but some of you do like. Love your YouTube sessions, Glenn says stock time. Man, thank you so much for that. I'm going to load up on puts after midterms. Listen, I honestly think that the carpet does get pulled out from us. Can we buy a mug? Joey, what's going on with the store?
Yeah.
Okay, then. We're still working on we're still working on the store. I thought we had one. All right.
It was really close, and then something happened, and I'm not sure where we are.
All right. D. Westermeyer, I'm going to look into that. All right, with that, folks, thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. And until the next time, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.